Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome to Istanbul, Turkey. This is the Basketball Champions League. It's regular season Group D action between Besiktas Sompo Sigorta and Casademont Zaragoza. Well, Besiktas, you have to say it, a club that has been around the block in the Basketball Champions League, having been here all 3 seasons, hoping that this will be the year that they finally have some success in the playoffs. But first, they got to get there. They usually start pretty well in the regular season. Of course, last year they slumped a little bit at the start, but they finally got things together. For Zaragoza, it's their first ever Basketball Champions League campaign, and they're going to try to bounce back from a loss last week. Here is the action on game day 2 in Group D. You see Sombathli and Pauk, Happy Casa Brindisi, Telecom Baskets Bonn, and Neptunus Klaipeda going up against Dijon. That'll be the only Group D game tomorrow. So Besiktas, very, very impressive, especially defensively in their first game of the season, playing last week. And I tell you what, they only allowed 60 points. That was a low for the week in the Basketball Champions League. And here are the standings. You've got obviously 4 teams with a win and 4 with a loss, but Dijon, Bonn, Klaipeda, Neptunus Klaipeda, Besiktas all up at the top after 1 week. But of course, that could be very different after game day 2. So this is going to be an exciting one. Besiktas showing a lot of pizzazz. Interestingly, they have never ever played against a Spanish team in this competition. So Casademont Zaragoza, their first opponents in the Basketball Champions League from Spain. Javier Hustet, the Cuban international. DJ Sealy, Nicolas Bursino reached the final of the FIBA Basketball World Cup with Argentina. Fran Vasquez, of course, a huge name in Spanish basketball, and really one of the real veterans in this competition, player that they will be leaning heavily on as they try to get a big result here in Istanbul. Robin Bensing as well, the Germany national team sharpshooter. For Besiktas, Todrick Gotcher had a great game last week. Keep an eye on Ismet Akpinar, Shaquille McKissick, John Turgut, Birkin Batuk. James McAdoo had a terrific first Basketball Champions League game. Uz Shavas, Jordan Theodore, the former MVP of the Basketball Champions League in the very first year. Who could forget it? Boy, has time flown by. Jordan Theodore making it all the way to the final with Banvit Bandirma that year before they lost to hosts Iberstar Tenerife. There's Bursino as Zaragoza being introduced to the crowd tonight. And this Zaragoza team was a bit of a surprise how they slumped to defeat last week at Telecom Baskets Bonn, because they have had a pretty decent start in the Spanish league. Zaragoza getting out. I mean, right now they're one of 3 teams with 4 wins in their 5 games in Spain, trailing only Real Madrid, who are unbeaten at the top of the standings at 5-0. Of course, one of those other teams at 4-1, San Pablo Burgos, who made it through the qualifying rounds to make it into the Basketball Champions League. So interesting that you've got, in fact, 3 of the top 5 teams in Spain, which is so highly regarded as one of the top leagues, all Basketball Champions League clubs. Iberstar Tenerife right now at 5th, the very first champions of the Basketball Champions League. For Besiktas, we'll know who these players are. McAdoo coming out. Or rather, no, sorry, he is going to be coming out. You've got a very strong outfit, I'm sure. Here's McAdoo. that Duško Ivanović will work. He will like to see the good shots. It was amazing last week. You know, they had a lot of great scoring late. They went on a 14-0 run. Did Besiktas to get that win on opening night. 14-0 run right at the end of the game. So that was how they beat PAOK 69-60. There's Ivanović, one of the best in the business. There's no doubt about that. And now the players will go through their final warm-ups. And not surprising, these guys, Robin Benzing, of course, played for Besiktas last year, so he knows some of these players very well, giving them warm embraces before the game. But now Benzing is with Zaragoza. And the lost that first game at Bonn 85-71. And here's an interesting stat. I'm not sure how many people would have known this, but no Spanish team has ever lost their first 2 games of a Basketball Champions League season. So that might be, well, maybe that'll change after tonight. Depends how, obviously, how well Besiktas play, but I'm guessing we're going to see a stronger Zaragoza tonight, and they will know, even though they've played on the road, they will know they cannot afford to get into an 0-2 hole at the start of the Basketball Champions League season. They'll be creating some problems for themselves. And gotcha. Had such a good game last week for Besiktas. And again, Jordan Theodore. Arena is called the Akatlar Arena, the Besiktas Akatlar Arena, and it is in this wonderful city where east meets west, Istanbul. If you've never been here, you need to get here. Amazing place. So Radovic also in that starting 5 for Zaragoza. He looks like he will be jumping center. Well, good evening, folks. We are underway here in Istanbul. It's the Basketball Champions League Group D game between Besiktas and Zaragoza. And going down low early for Zaragoza was Justiz, the Cuba international. He misses, and now quickly attacking was Besiktas, and they miss. Rebounding the miss with Radovic. He hands it off. Now they get it back to Radovic, and he gets Zaragoza on the board. So Radovic, Nemanja Radovic, with the first 2 points of the game. Theodore joined Ike Athens just past the midway point of last season. They got to the quarterfinals before bowing out against Borussia Bamberg. James McAdoo, and a little too patient there for Besiktas as the ball goes back out of bounds. Excuse me, back out to the perimeter, and the shot clock expires. So now it'll be Zaragoza possession. Carlos Alafin in there. Gets it. Oh, look at that. Javier Justiz. Was that an alley-oop, or was that he was trying to catch it and didn't catch it and it fell through the hoop anyway? Anyway, it's 4-0 in favor of Zaragoza. So bright start here for Zaragoza in Istanbul. Always good to get off to a good start on the road. The foot was Alafin. Now Theodore. And the long three is good. Well, Gotcher. We talked about how he had a great start last week. 19 points in their win against PAOK. And he hits his first three. Usually reaches in and picks up a foul. And I'll tell you what, folks, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a hotter shooter in the Basketball Champions League right now than Gotcher. He has hit 6 of his first 8 shots from three-point range in this competition. Down low, and they will take it. And they will make it another basket for Nemanja Radovic. So Zaragoza getting some good looks down low. Theodore back over to Gotcher again, and that hurts his percentage. Justiz, the free throw line, and Besiktas and Gotcher come up with the basketball. Now the drive and the swat by Justiz. Quick outlet pass and the break and the layup by Nicholas Brasino. Long three from Theodore. Radovic with the rebound. Excuse me, Nemanja Radovic with the rebound. And now Justiz again. Oh, he gets inside! And they are going to count it. So Javier Justiz is going to town here. That time he takes on McAdoo. Gets to the baseline and dunks it, and McAdoo is going to come over to the bench and take an early seat along with the rest of his teammates, with a timeout being called by Coach Ivanovic. Well, a great start by Javier Justiz with 4 points. He's got an assist and a rebound. Let's listen to the coach.
Okay, guys, we play very slowly in offense. He must move the ball. Hey, no easy basket. Foul. Big balls foul. 5 for position. Let's go, guys. 3 up and over. And if you notice, he can always fall.
Zaragoza shooting the basketball very well here early inside the arc. Haven't attempted a three-pointer yet. James McAdoo plays college basketball at the University of North Carolina. He had 12 points and 11 rebounds last week. And Husid completes the three-point play. He's got 5 points, and Zaragoza leading it 11-3. You heard Ivanovic talking about the need to start moving the basketball. He wants to see that defense work a little harder than it's having to from Zaragoza. And the pass back out to Theodore. Shot clock winding down. Alcathan on him. They get it over to Gotcha again, and he's long this time, and Husted with the rebound. Brasino wide open, drills the three. That's like a layup for him, folks. He is a pure shooter. (14-3), Brasino. Had some big moments at the World Cup this summer for Argentina. And again, shot clock violation for Besiktas. And they just look a little bit out of sync at times. So Coach Ivanovic bringing in some reinforcements here. Juricic checks in. Akpinar as well, number 5. And Shaquille McKissick, number 7. The drive, the reach, and the foul. Nice play by Carlos Alathan. Well, Theodore got a lot of ball there, but I think he must have got a little bit of arm along with it. So Carlos Alathan with Zaragoza leading at 16-3 and looking good at this point. And Coach Ivanovic has to be worried. First time this club has ever played a team from Spain. I still can't get over that. Funny how they could have been the competition that long, but just has not happened until now. And it's not a good thing so far for Besiktas. Now the ball fumbled away by Juricic, Nemanja Juricic. And now Husted goes down and looks like he's holding his ankle, his right ankle. And that's not good. Hopefully the big fella's going to be okay. Very slow, not even trying to get up at this stage. And you can see him kind of crying out in pain. And it just kind of gave way. There was no contact, no nothing. He was standing there. It was kind of like he planted. And now he has to exit the game. That has to be a worrying sign for Coach Pisak. Then again, maybe it's happened before. He'll be able to shake it off. Tryggvi Lenison comes into the game, the Icelandic international. And Alathan misses from deep. Lenison almost, Tryggvi Lenison almost tapping it back in. Now quickly to the other end. McKissick is fouled. Us Shabas also in the game for Besiktas. Saw McKissick, he was flying towards the rim. Who do you think his parents were thinking of when they gave him his first name when he was born? You wonder, don't you? Shaquille McKissick? I think you probably know the answer to that. And McKissick shoots free throws better than the big Diesel ever did. Shaquille O'Neal on that evidence. And now Zaragoza. His teeth down at the end of the bench, getting a little bit of treatment. Meanwhile, Linnison gets in and misses. Has to hustle back. Theodore over to the corner. Now he pulls up just behind the free throw line, and it's good. And you feel a momentum shift here with Javier Husith going out of the game for Zaragoza. And also, it seems like Besiktas now starting to find their rhythm a little bit. Now launching it from deep, and missing it for Zaragoza was DJ Seeley. Oh, an ankle break there. Alathan gets back up. Chavas, the former Turkey international, beautiful bounce pass. Oh, and McKissick missed the shot. And now quickly, the pass, but Nicholas Brasino called it as his feet were out of bounds. Three and a half minutes to go in the opening quarter. Zaragoza leading it by 10, but Besiktas starting to put some things together here impressively. Chavas. Good footwork from the veteran, but did not have the finish. Rodrigo San Miguel now in the game as well. Number 21, the former Bearstar Tenerife guard. Linnison backs his way up, gets rejected by Juricic. And then he loses the ball out of bounds. Well, Linnison came to the game, came to basketball late, but showed a lot of promise playing for Iceland's national team. And also Valencia snapped him up. Thought they could perhaps develop him, but he's now a little bit north of Valencia, up in Zaragoza. Juricic from way downtown. And Linnison boxing out on Chavas, called for the foul. So a bit of shaky for Trygve Linnison. He's going to go out. See the push off. And the veteran center, Fran Vasquez, checks into the game. Nice drive and nice basket for Besiktas. Akpinar. Ismet Akpinar, the Germany international. Vasquez looking to make the pass. Almost turns it over. Now, oh, what a finish from Brasino. Nice spin. Look at this. Sees an opportunity to post up, but he doesn't even really have to go hard to the basket. He's got such a soft release. Nicholas Brasino. McKissick bumped by Jonathan Barreiro, number 7, who's come into the game here late in the first quarter. Good job by Shaquille McKissick getting to the basket, putting the pressure on that defense. McKissick again. This time forced it up. And he was blocked, I think, by Benzing. Now Benzing has it. And now Barreto fouled by Shaquille McKissick. This was McKissick. Got a little too deep into the lane with Benzing, who has good length and was able to just stay on his feet, raise his arms, and get a swat. So Barreto with Besiktas over the limit goes to the line. A minute 52 to go in this first quarter. So Barreto makes the first. And also sinks the second one. Back to a 13-point lead. Shot 80% from the line last week, did Zaragoza. And a foul called. They had fouls to give. So Benzing fouled his Germany teammate. Shaquille McKissick. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Theodore inbounds it to Akpinar. And Zaragoza almost tapped the ball into the basket. Besiktas lively on the glass, but it's Rodrigo San Miguel who comes away with it. Passes it outside to Benzing. His shot off the front of the iron. Now McKissick. And he races in. Doesn't wait around. And also gets the foul. So he's got a potential three-point play. Look at this. He got the better of Benzing that time. So coming in back into the game, Carlos Alothan, number 12. McKissick does not get the free throw, but Uz Chavas gets the rebound. Jurisic. And putting it up deep, from deep was Chavas as the shot clock was about to expire. Now Bursino, excuse me. Benzing rolled to his left, but was off target. And now we're coming up on the 30-second mark here in the first quarter. Good block again by Benzing. That's number 2. Excuse me, that was on Linnison. That was Linnison's block. Bursino, bounce pass to Trygve Linnison. Ball goes out of bounds off of Uz Chavas. Good drive again, and guess who it is? The man who is not going to miss if he's that open, Bursino. And again, it's a 13-point advantage for Zaragoza. Akpinar from deep. And that's how a frustrating first quarter finishes for Besiktas. So Zaragoza, in search of their first ever win in the Basketball Champions League, lead it 24-11 over Besiktas here in Istanbul. Early numbers much better for Zaragoza. 8 of 14 inside the arc. They've made all 5 of their attempts from the free throw line. Besiktas is 3 of 13 inside the arc, 1 of 7 from deep, and 2 of 3 at the line. Zaragoza getting 10 points in the first quarter from Nicholas Brusino, who is perfect from the floor, 4 of 4, including 1 of 1 from deep. When Gotcher's first three-pointer went in, it looked like Besiktas, everything was going to be okay, but some good early opportunities for Zaragoza that they have taken advantage of. Hustith is the main worry. He had a great start, but then had to leave the game. Looked like he kind of injured his leg while he was trying to plant. Now a turnover. Radovic hands it off. And a bump. Radovic stays with it. And Barreto was looking for a call on the body. Good idea. Bounce pass attempt by Omer Utku Al. Now the drive and missing. Radovic with the long rebound, hands it off. Radovic. Oh, good hands that time by Jurisic to force the turnover. But then Ismet Akpinar's pass to Jurisic goes over his head. Five turnovers already for Besiktas, just 2 for Zaragoza, who lead it 24-11. And now slipping and falling down was Allison. Look at this. He was right in the same area as where Hustith earlier had to stop playing. Well, they want to look at something. I didn't think there was any contact. Krejci also in the game now for Zaragoza, number 27, as referees examine the play again. Maybe they're looking at something else rather than Alithan. Oh, I see what they're looking at, to see if Chavas tugged on Alithan. But I don't think so. I think he's just reaching in. No. His hand was definitely there, but he certainly didn't grab him. So that confirms it is not an unsportsmanlike foul with the one fist waved. Luis Chavas takes a seat. 32 years of age now, Chavas. Allison goes behind the back and gets it to Vasquez, who misses at the stripe. Well, we came in singing the praises of the Besiktas defense, but they've already given up 24 points. Now the drive and the foul called on Zaragoza as McKissick tries to go to town. Look at this. He's definitely a slasher. More times than not, he's going to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket. And the second one rattles in. So now an 11-point game in favor of Zaragoza. Now reach and a foul. They just want to play that aggressive defense, but the reaching is going to get him in trouble. They've already got 2 fouls here in the first minute and 45 seconds. Gatra, meanwhile, comes back into the game. Remember, it wasn't until late last week that Besiktas took command of their game and rolled to victory. And Vasquez misses everything. I took missing it from deep. Allison. And he's bumped. That's number 3. Omar Buku Al. 3 team fouls. Radovic going to work. And gets the foul called on Yildiz. Well, good work. Zaragoza right now would do well to step on the accelerator if they could, because this Besiktas team has had some comebacks in its Basketball Champions League history. Radovic off target with the first, but concentrates, makes the second. Oh, brings it up the floor. Pulls up. Pass to the corner. Yildiz. And he ends up putting it up in the lane, and that's good. And a much-needed basket at that for Besiktas. Preci, Czech Republic player, and now Vasquez. Soft touch from the veteran. Bounce pass, and the easy dunk for McAdoo. And now the violation, they didn't get it over in time. Or no, they're saying he led, excuse me, with his. Watch. Yep, that was a couple of times. Alton, they could have called the foul the first time, kind of swung his left elbow. They called it the second. There's left arm. Gotcha. The batuk. Yildiz Lee stepped into it. Bounce pass. And good hustle getting down to get the ball back. Putting it up from short range and scoring is Sealy. DJ shows the way. And now Besiktas are going to have real problems as an offensive foul. Excuse me, a technical foul has been called on Ivanovic. So technical free throw is attempted and made by DJ Sealy. Besiktas in need of some inspiration from somebody. Who's gonna deliver? McAdoo hands it off, gets it back. Remember, Besiktas have picked up quite a few fouls, so any more fouls are going to be putting them on the line. Good footwork there by Fran Vasquez to deny the pass. Javier Garcia now into the game, number 44 for Zaragoza. Ball almost got away from McAdoo. Gotcha. Baseline, pulls back. And the hustle for the ball. Zaragoza come away with it. Sealy fumbles it away, but Fran Vasquez, and now it's like a greased pig. They finally come up with it. Gotcha hands it off, and Batuk makes the layup. He looks over at the referee to say, hey, I got hit when I was going up. I think he might have had a point there. It's 30-19, and Bisak doesn't mess around. He wants to stop this potential run cold in his tracks. Calls timeout. Both teams good at the free throw line. Inside the arc, Zaragoza much better. Zaragoza edging the rebounds, 19-16, although Besiktas have a couple more on the offensive glass. Here's the old warhorse, Fran Vasquez. Question often comes up, you know, why did he never go to the NBA after being selected in the lottery by Orlando? And, well, I guess he was happy playing in Spain. Not a bad place to live. Going behind his back, Alton gets it back to Vasquez. Misses everything, but there for the rebound and put back was Radovic. "13 points, the lead once again for Zaragoza. Batuk. Yildiz Lee on the left corner. Flying in for the rebound. Vasquez. DJ Seelig to the corner. Back outside to Seelig. Can't quite deliver a couple of knockout punches here, Zaragoza, as Besiktas hang close. Ivanovic gets to halftime, he'll be able to turn things around. Better believe that. Gotcher gets it, no, McAdoo gets it and flies in, hangs in the air beautifully before scoring. He's in two of those Golden State teams that won NBA titles. Now the drive, and beautiful, beautiful drive by Javier Garcia. Theodore is going to come back in at the next dead ball for Besiktas. McAdoo. Vasquez with the board. Quick outlet pass to Brasino. Alley-oop. How about that? Radovic finishes it off. Excuse me, I said that was Brasino with the alley-oop. It was Pete Crecci, number 27. Yildiz again, he's taken a few from there, and he misses again. And as the saying goes, it seems like Yildiz couldn't hit the broadside of a barn right now. So he's going to come over to the bench. He's wide open. Gotcher, another three from him, and boy, was that perfect timing. With Besiktas reeling, cutting that deficit back to 12 points. Gotcher both of his made shots coming from three-point range. Linison back in, hands it off to Garcia. Guarded by Theodore. Garcia drives, and the shot is blocked. Theodore explodes, and Linison hustled down and got the rebound. Another pass batted out of bounds by Gotcha. Look at this. Good block by McAdoo, and then that triggered this break. But Theodore not able to take advantage. Three-point attempt is good from Radovic. He's looked very good tonight. Takes it back to a 15-point lead. And McKissick with the answer. Nine points now for Shaquille McKissick. Seelig gets it to Linison, and the Icelandic international jams it. McKissick this time goes hard to the basket, but Linison gets in for the swat. Now the break, Seelig with the alley-oop, and the bump, and Radovic is going to go to the line for a potential three-point play. What a finish to the first half for Zaragoza. Look at this. What a terrific, terrific play by Radovic. Goes up, gets the ball, just releases it as he's getting hit. And Javier Hustif still on the bench, and it would appear he might not be coming back. Garcia picks up a foul. That's 3 fouls now on Zaragoza. Ismet Akpinar returns, and McKissick leaves the game. Gotcha. Good rebound, Jursic. Another miss by Akpinar. And really, Besiktas struggling from three-point range. Timeout called. Less than 27 seconds to go here in the first half. It's all Casademont Zaragoza. Assists for Zaragoza, 6 for Besiktas.
If he penetrates, we switch between two guys. And if they make...
Sobre salida de B, ¿de acuerdo? Sí, sobre salida de B. Estás jugando en este lado. Lee, if they have a problem, receive the ball. Well, in offense. 1, 2, and 3 point guard. The ball here. 5.
Well, game day 2, and Casademont Zaragoza, trying to bounce back from their defeat at Bonn last week, have come out and had the better of the exchanges here against Besiktas. 43-27. And they will also have the basketball. So if they want to take the shot clock down, they could take it down to probably about 6 seconds before they need to get into their move, or maybe even 8, because there's about a 3-second differential in the game clock and shot clock. Vecchi puts it over to Seeley. The pass intended for Lennison gets away. Now quickly bring it up the floor. Gotzer gets a shot. Oh, and he hits a 3. How big will that be come the end of the game? That is called lack of execution for Zaragoza and being punished severely for it. A 5-point swing. I don't know if they want to see if there's still time on the clock or if indeed it was a three-pointer. Yeah, I think they are examining the right foot. Was it on the line? Well, you couldn't see from that angle. So you can look at the monitor. They'll pick their best highlights. Here it is again. Look at the right foot. Looks to me like it's behind the arc, but obviously we're not seeing the angle that they're looking at. I think they're going to say it's a 3. This will make the fans happy. Yes, indeed. Just like those guards do. Rosso sticks up 3 fingers on both hands to signal the three-pointer is good. So it could have been far worse, really, for Besiktas. Casademont Zaragoza lead it 43-30 at halftime. So the stats, 15 of 27 inside the arc for Zaragoza, now 2 of 7 from deep. The 4 of 16 for Besiktas is helping them stay within striking distance, and 3 of those made by Gotcher. Good free throw shooting as well for both teams. Nice late performance by Lennison coming in, getting some rebounds, a block. And you saw the 11 assists there for Zaragoza. So McKissick and Gotcher each with 9 points for Besiktas. Radovic was sensational, along with Brasino, 14 and 10 points respectively. Husteeth was doing very well himself before he had to leave the game with lower right leg injury. So at halftime, it's 43-30. Casademont Zaragoza on top of Besiktas Sompo Sigorta. We will be right back before the start of the second half. Seeing some of the plays of Nemanja Radovic with 14 points. This was perhaps his finest hour, catching the ball and just kind of getting just enough of a push off the pass from Sealy to get the ball to go in. He did not make the free throw, however, after being fouled. but he nevertheless has 14 points, a game high at halftime. McKissick, meanwhile, he has 9 points. He's hit a 3, but he's also been going hard to the basket. And this was one of his drives where he kind of slid just to the left of Benzing, who had not long before that blocked his shot. And McKissick was able to finish. So a good first half for him as well. But at halftime, it's Zaragoza on top of Besiktas 43-30.
Big moment, Antwerp with the steal. Oh my goodness. What an athletic play.
Under the basket, Mustafa Fall in the lane, and he held the ball up like the Eiffel Tower, and it was just too easy for the big man.
Nice, beautiful move. Really sneaky, smart play. Oh, what a move by Thomas. Throwing it down. Just catch through the lane and throws it down with authority. Inside for a big time slam dunk by Faye. Ibrahim Faye, I said earlier, just throw it up anywhere above the rim and he'll catch it. Wow, what a play.
Martin, oh, he throws it down hard. Great hustle play by Brindisi. Kelvin Martin just hammered it home.
No good there for the Sixers, and here comes Jaquan Lewis. Lewis, still Lewis. Oh, what a move! Off the glass!
Offensive rebound, and Goldikas has been good, but he turns it over. Ball kept alive. Martin goes down the floor and gets to the end of the runway and takes off and throws it down for two. And Kelvin Martin, gets off the 2 feet, gives it a little windmill action and throws it down.
Double dribble to be called. It isn't. Young gets a little slip, throws it up, and then the finish. Once more, it's Kamari Murphy. Sorry, it was Simpson sneaking along the baseline.
Luna himself to Adelaide Lund. Back to Lund. Oh my lord! I mean, he stares it down. You remember the name. It is Abdullah Lund. Look at the elevation, and he stares it down on the floor. You remember Abdullah Lund.
So Zaragoza getting 14 points and 5 rebounds from Radovic. They are on top of Besiktas by 13 points at halftime. Remember, Besiktas winning their opening game of the season and hoping it was going to be more of the same today. Besiktas last week scored the last 14 points of the game at PAOK Thessaloniki and won it 69-60. There is Nemanja Radovic. His numbers: 14 points, 5 of 5 inside the arc. He's also hit a 3. The only place where he hasn't gotten the job done really is at the free throw line. Kissick with 9 points, 5 rebounds for Besiktas. And there he is looking on. You wonder what kind of adjustments the man in front of him, Coach Ivanovic, will make. So can we see another good half of basketball for Zaragoza, who are it's been an overall a very strong season for them. The 4-1 in Spain, in second place behind Real Madrid, but they did lose their opening game to Telecom Basketball in the Basketball Champions League. And we haven't really seen Jordan Theodore potentially take over the game the way he used to when he was at Benderma. But again, basketball is a 40-minute game, and you have got to be able to execute. Remember, Besiktas trailed by 14. Excuse me, they outscored PAOK by 14 points at the end of the last game to turn a deficit of several points into a victory. Well, welcome back, folks, to the Katla Arena here in Besiktas in Istanbul. So far, so good for Zaragoza, but they come out a little shaky and turn it over. And DJ Seeley commits a foul. Fouls Gotcher. So starting this second half, see McKissick going to inbound the ball. Good defense, denying the pass inside. Brasino on the ball, gets a leg on it. So it's Jurisic, Gotcher, McAdoo, McKissick, and Theodore on the floor right now for Besiktas. Theodore shakes and bakes, hands it off to Jurisic. He hangs in the air, almost had a chance for a three-point play, but he will go to the line after being fouled by Tryggvi Linnason. what drives you crazy if you're a fan or a coach. Your team is struggling. You play well. You have a chance even for a three-point play, and you end up coming away with just one. Allison brings it up against Theodore. DJ Seeley. Oh, a little bit of one-on-one action from Seeley. That's not going to get it done. Now quickly, and Jurisic takes the punishment this time, scores, and gets it to a 10-point deficit. A bit of a shaky start here by Zaragoza. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a bad possession here if Fisak calls a timeout. Radovic, he's got the 14 points to lead all scorers. Going to work on Jurisic and is denied. Theodore, good upper body strength. Thought about challenging, but takes it back out. Here he is. Again, quick pass down low, and the basket is good from McAdoo. McAdoo mashes it home. Now it's an 8-point game. The warning signs are definitely there right now for Zaragoza. Quick pass to Lennison, turns, doesn't finish. Radovic came in to support. Now Theodore. I think Fisak is asking for a timeout. Jurisic for three, go! And just like that, they have cut that 13-point deficit to just 5 in the first minute and 57 seconds of the third quarter. So, timeout, Fisak. Pretty even in the fast break points department. So let's see if they can turn things around here after the promising start to the second half by Besiktas. Allison. Oh, got deep and then draws the foul from Theodore. Good call. He got a lot of right wrist there. Barzov, the Bulgarian referee, right on the call, and Theodore has no complaints. So Allison at the line. First one is good. And the second one is good as well. We're back to a 7-point lead, and now McAdoo moving, setting the screen, and Brusino falls out of bounds and gets the foul to go his way. Here it is again. Barzov saying he kind of leaned into him a little bit. Nothing like a couple of fouls that can stop your momentum. Now Seeley comes out, misses everything. Theodore dribbles down to his left, spins. Looks for space, gets it back over to McKissick. Theodore shaking, baking, and missing. Have they weathered the storm here? Brasino again. He's going to let it fly, and he's going to drill the three-pointer. Oh, boy, that is a run buster right there. 10 points, the lead for Zaragoza. McKissick takes the bump by Brasino. A little slow in moving his feet, Brasino. Just out of position a little bit. Theodore inbounds it to McAdoo, gets it back. Jurcic from deep. Again! Another one. Oh, the pass a little crazy there by Seeley with the shot clock winding down. His decision making has left a little bit to be desired here in this third quarter. He's like saying late in the shot clock, just shoot it. Wow, telegraph pass goes all the way. Old school, Alathan. Alathan lays it up. That is a bad turnover by Besiktas. Pass was by Gotcher, the turnover. And now Theodore gets close and is fouled. And Fran Vasquez saying he got all ball, but Theodore went down and got the call to go his way. Jurcic again. This time he goes in, hangs, has a shot blocked by Radovic. Now Theodore finds his way in, and I think it's McAdoo goes up with the left hand. It is, and dunks it home. Back to a 7-point deficit now for Besiktas. Can they get another stop? Brasino, oh, look at that. What a play. Finished by Vasquez. The double team came. Vasquez went to the rim, and Brasino put it on a platter. Oh, Jurcic got into the lane. He would have paid for that opportunity. Now Brasino quickly on the break. A little bit long off the iron, but a foul called. A push, and it goes against Zaragoza. I feel like you see Ivanovic acting as if we're right there. We're right about to go on a run that is going to get us level in this game or give us the lead. So the foul was drawn by McAdoo, but he is injured. Well, no, excuse me, I'm reading the official scoring. McKissick was fouled. He goes to the line and makes both. So he continues to have a decent game. Alathin over to Vasquez, back to Alathin. Benzing goes off 1 foot. Jurisic with the rebound. A 7-point lead now for Zaragoza. Not looking as confident when they have the ball now. Jurisic again for 3. Alathine. Back it goes. Vasquez. I'm surprised they don't give Brasino a touch. Or try to get Radovic going again. Good hands, and forcing the turnover was Alathine. Oh, another costly turnover there for Besiktas. They seem to be right on the verge of really putting Zaragoza under pressure, but can't quite make the play. Here's a quick pass down low, batted out of bounds. 12 on the shot clock, 3:16 to go in the third quarter. Good reaction by McAdoo. Brasino takes the shot, goes down, trying to get the foul. Referee doesn't buy it. Now Ismet Akpinar, who's checked into the game, and another needless turnover. He was trying to get the ball to Jurisic. Ivanovic frustrated, but instead of berating his players, just applauds, tells them, let's go. But certainly Jurisic was upset. That's not a good look to have that type of reaction. Pass intercepted by McKissick this time off the pass from Benzing. McAdoo tried to score with a high-flying reverse layup. Now Alathine. Pump fake, Benzing, dead-eye shooter. Nope, it's long, and the long rebound goes out to Alathine. 2.5 minutes remaining, and a foul has been called on Akpinar, holding Radovic. Oh, good steal by McAdoo, anticipating the pass. Once again, Besiktas with a chance to get to within 5 or maybe even 4 with a three-pointer. McKissick from deep. Oh, Garcia. Wow, that is not good. He's had a tough third quarter. DJ Sealy turns it over. Almost inviting this Besiktas team back in. This is just not necessary. Dribbles between the legs, kind of lost control. Jurisic putting some pressure on him. And Sealy not handling it. And I think Fisak knows if they keep playing with fire, they're going to get burned here. Can Besiktas at long last get a shot here to fall? Oh, McAdoo misses badly. Three-point attempt. Both teams now a little bit cold. Theodore open floor. McKissick. Then McAdoo follows, misses, and now a break. 2-on-1. And Benzing lays it up and in. That is a 4-point swing, and you can see it's driving Coach Ivanovic crazy. Garcia called for the foul. So Jordan Theodore goes to the line. Off target with the first. And makes the second. Now the ball inbounded. DJ Sealy, Zaragoza leading it by 8 in the final minute of the third quarter. He's trapped. Is he able to get rid of it? And the 5-second call on DJ Sealy. Well, Zaragoza not looking convincing right now. Good defense by Akpinar and Theodore. Theodore goes behind his back. Now he gets it back. Beautifully. Now Batuk. Akpinar. Oh, beautiful pass, Akpinar. Put it on the highlight reel. No look bounce pass to McAdoo. It's a 6-point game. Benzing kind of forces it up. Beautifully has it. Final seconds ticking off the clock in the third quarter. Theodore hands it off. No, gets away from McAdoo. And Benzing able to get off just in time, but only grazes the outside of the net. Well, it's tough to know what to make of this. Besiktas so close to getting back on level terms, but just not making quite enough plays. Zaragoza trying to hold on. Casademont Zaragoza lead at 54-48 at the end of 3. So look at the numbers. 6 threes for Besiktas, 3 for Zaragoza. And the superior shooting inside for Zaragoza, still winning the day, 18 of 37. Well, Zaragoza got on top in the first half, and they have stayed there, but there have been moments, certainly in this third quarter, where it looked like Besiktas were about ready to shift into a higher gear. They just were not able to make the plays. The biggest lead of the game for Zaragoza is 16 points. Right now, they are leading it by 6. However, Besiktas have the ball, and a foul has been called. Lee passes back to McAdoo, and the foul was called. So 2 free throws for McAdoo to call. Foul called on Benzing there. You could see why he had that reaction. Just kind of like tried to stay out of the way. This is as close as Besiktas have been in a very long time. 4 points. Zaragoza in trouble. Vasquez, his pass batted out of bounds by McAdoo. Oh, they get it to Vasquez. Oh, what a soft release. Almost a violation and not being able to get the ball in bounds. And then they got it to Vasquez. He just kind of hung in the air. Now Barreto reaches in, is called for a foul on Yildiz. Yildiz goes over to check on Barreto to make sure he's okay with sportsmanship. Theodore taken over, and he gets it to McAdoo for the two-handed jam. Well, that one definitely goes on the highlight reel. And good defense. Allison trapped, and now turns the ball over. And McAdoo, more than anything, his defense really helping Besiktas right now. Look at this, the long arms. The long arm of the law just reaches in, gets a hand on it. And called for a foul on Theodore, interestingly. The momentum clearly right now with Besiktas. Besiktas trying to get an explanation. But the call has been made. Yildiz now looks to get it back. They're trying to deny him the ball. Allison, good job. Racino sniffing around, almost coming up with a steal. Now Theodore hangs in the air, misses. Might have forced that one. Maybe he thought somebody was going to be cutting to the basket. As he left his feet. Now back to Zaragoza. Now something tells me right now you've got to get the ball to Brasino and let him go to work. And boy, Ismet Akpinar has really been floored, it appears. Hit. Is it in the left eye? They might go review this to see if it's unsportsmanlike. Oh no, well he definitely got him with the right elbow. Right arm. And I'm not sure that it was unsportsmanlike, maybe just a foul. Bodishko Ivanovic wants it to be looked at. Look at him now, he's like, it's okay, don't worry. Then he asks him again, look at it again. It's been a very tough second half for DJ Seeley. He's got to put this stuff out of his mind and play some defense. They're going to look and see if it was an unsportsmanlike. I don't think it was, but look again. I do think it was a foul. Maybe. I think Ismet Akpinar did a good job of getting the foul called. Oh, they have called the unsportsmanlike. That is big time. So I guess the rule is he raised his arm and he kind of swung it. And Besiktas says, I know what I saw, and that was not an unsportsmanlike foul. I didn't think they were going to call it. So referees took their time. They had a good look at it, and that's why you have the replay. So they've done everything they're supposed to do. So 2 free throws and possession. Besiktas could actually take the lead this trip down the floor if McKissick makes both free throws, and then they hit a 3-pointer. But McKissick misses the first. So he makes 1 of 2. It's a 3-point game. Can they tie it with a 3? Theodore tries it. And the ball batted to the corner where it's collected by Brasino. So a potential 5-point trip down the floor. And they only get 1 point, 1 free throw. Brasino puts it on the deck. Great hands by McKissick, forcing the turnover. Here's McKissick into the corner. Bato, good! The three-pointer ties it. Well, he's been quiet tonight offensively. He hasn't even really played that much. That is a huge 3 for him, and with 7.5 minutes remaining, we're all tied. Another foul, and remember the foul issues with Zaragoza, so the free throw line is going to come into play here early for Besiktas. Zaragoza already with 4 fouls, so they will be over the limit on their next foul. Oh, the handoff stolen. Here comes Theodore now, trying to give Besiktas the lead, has the handoff knocked away. McAdoo takes it, scores, then brought out the gun show. Well, it's been a long time. Besiktas take the lead for the first time with about 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Brasino. And Brasino kind of lost his way. Radovic picks it up. 7 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Good! Oh, that is a killer right there. Clutch from Barreto. Where did that come from? Huge shot for Zaragoza. Batuk. McKissick. Batuk again. That was short. Boy, remember that Barreto three-pointer? That was a crucial shot right at the end of the shot clock. And it came with Zaragoza really struggling for offense. Now Seeley launches it from deep. It's back-to-back threes for Zaragoza. And Seeley's luck finally turns. He'd had a tough second half, but he stuck with it. He drills a big 3, and he puts Zaragoza back in front by 4. Whoa, Barreto's three-pointer came right after Birkin Batuk hit a 3. Here's Ishmael. That for me was a beautiful play. Look at this. Dribbling around. Watch the no look. There it is. Bounce pass. No look. And Benzing even knew it was coming. He couldn't even get to it. I'll tell you, it's such a good play. We're going to look at it from another angle. Oh, that was just out of the top drawer from the Germany international, Ishmet Akpinar. McAdoo, meanwhile, 16 points, 11 rebounds. It's not always pretty, but it is effective. And what that stat right there does not tell you is how he's played defense. I mean, he's been good defensively. And that's probably more important than anything. Those long arms. When it comes to foul trouble, McKissick has 3 fouls. He's the only one with foul trouble for Besiktas, whereas Zaragoza have Barreto and DJ Seeley each with 3 fouls, and Robin Benzing has 4 fouls. 6 minutes to go in eternity. McKissick. entry pass. Jurisic goes up, follows up his miss. Alathine mistimed his jump on the rebound. McKissick again. Shifty move. How about Shaquille McKissick? And it goes to Seeley. Decides to dribble it around a little bit more. Radovic, tough pass, corralled. Alathine. It was deep. And then in the boxing out department, I think Batuk has been called for a foul, trying to keep Radovic away from the basketball. Boy, how about the Basketball Champions League? The 4th season, it has been such a fun competition. We've seen the emergence of some really big-time players and some great wins by these clubs. What a story, what a history in just the 3 years. And now Seeley hits it from the right corner. He's had his struggles, but he is coming good at the right time. Tenerife won it in year 1. Ike won it in year 2 down in Athens. And last year, Virtus Bologna. Here's Batuk again. And now the force the turnover, and how about that? Oh, with the steal, that is a crucial play. And boy, Seeley flirting again with an offensive foul. Looked like he kind of raised his right arm as he went past Omer Utual. Watch this. Just when Zaragoza thought they might have a little breathing room. Oh, got the steal. Oh, and he's fouled! DJ Seeley, what a play, and he's fouled by Jurisic. Incredible. Potential 4-point play. DJ Seeley suddenly has become Mr. Sensational. And that is the sign of a great player who can just forget about the tough times and still play his game. DJ Seeley showing you what he's all about. And misses the free throw. So it goes back to a 4-point lead for Zaragoza, 4.5 minutes remaining. The 3-point shot for Zaragoza has been huge in this quarter, as you can see. 4 of 5. Now McKissick gets it down low, pauses, and the Bulgarian referee Harzov calls the foul on Radovic. Yep, that is a good call. He was just moving a little bit as McKissick went up. I mean, you can understand why Radovic is mad. He doesn't want to give away that foul, but he was just kind of, it was perhaps a step behind. Great job here by Zaragoza, meanwhile, without Javier Husted. They're not going to risk him, clearly, having lost him early in the first quarter. Some type of lower leg injury. McKissick makes the first. Chavas. No doubt talking about the game. Maybe we should do this or that. McKissick, meanwhile, continues to pour in the points. 16 for McKissick. Still some work to do here. Seeley up to 12 points. He's going to launch another one, and he was fouled yet again on the follow through. Batuk kind of ran into him right in front of the referee. Now Ivanovic is going to argue that wasn't the case. I tell you, you just have to be so careful getting that hand in the face, because a player, especially like Seeley, is going to make the most of it. Sealy is trying to seal it. And he makes the first of 3 free throws. Nothing but twine. Look at that scratch on Vasquez's arm. I tell you, it could be a physical game sometime. He only makes 2 of 3, however, so it's back to a 4-point lead. Both teams now over the limit in the foul department. All drives in, denied. Good hustle. Now Jursic bumped. Nope. Offensive foul, clearing out, called on Jursic. Whew, boy. Well, he certainly kind of raised his left arm, but it didn't look like he really pushed off. Seemed like a tough call, but anyway, things even out over the course of the game. I could be wrong. Right now, Sealy's feeling it. Says, just get me the rock. Gets it to the corner. Brusino. Bounce pass, and McKissick goes up for the dunk. It was almost one of those, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get there for the dunk. He went off 2 feet. Three-minute mark. Fasten your seatbelts. We've got a close one. Alathine puts it up. Oh, that is money! Money in the bank for Alathine. 72-68. Boy, this would be a crushing defeat for Zaragoza because they would drop to 0-2 if they can't finish this off. And right now it is anything but secure because Besiktas are battling. Theodore puts it up from deep and gets it back to 1. That was Jordan Theodore MVP version. Now Batuk, oh, I don't think they got it across in time. No, they did not. Batuk looking at the referee and saying, call it, call it. And Besiktas, you've got to applaud their tenacity, their resilience. They refuse to give in. They're giving it everything. And Zaragoza now has 16 turnovers. Could be Jordan Theodore time. He probes. He gets inside, lays it up, misses. It was his time, but he didn't take advantage. And now Brusino. .145 to go. Sealy gets inside. Great hustle by Radovic to keep it alive. Sealy gets it over to the corner. Three-point attempt. Long rebound. Back to Zaragoza. And then he tries to make the bounce pass. It goes out of bounds. Barredo. And I think the referees are going to go look at it. They can look at it in the final 2 minutes to see who the ball went off of. Neither team doing enough just to win. Okay, now did that ball hit off McAdoo? I don't think it did. It looked like it went right through his legs. They're going to try to slow it down and look at it. It just looked like it went through uninterrupted. Whew, that was closer from that angle. It's very close to McAdoo's right knee. So indeed, I think the call is turnover. So timeout. And Both teams get a chance to set themselves up for a thrilling final minute and 45 seconds. Three-pointers have been falling for both teams, you can see. Boy, this Akpinar definitely caught for him. That's why he was, I didn't see that on that play. He's got like a Band-Aid underneath his right eyebrow. I love it when teams struggle and just cannot get into their rhythm. But hustle and defense gives them a chance to stay in the game, and that is the case of Besiktas. They've just continued to fight, obviously aided a little bit by a relatively poor third quarter by Zaragoza. And sometimes you just have to keep fighting, and eventually things will turn. They have certainly faced adversity tonight. So has Zaragoza, losing Javier Husted to a lower right leg injury in the first quarter. So the ball inbounded. Now McKissick has it. Over to Batuk. McKissick drives in, passes it back outside to Jursic. Oh, and Jursic throws it right into the hands of Aluthin. That was coming out of a timeout. Now they got to play defense. Seeley. And they've got to launch it. Oh, they don't. Shot clock violation. Boy, that is awful. Awful. Especially from Fran Vazquez, the veteran. He's got to know how much time is on the clock. He can look up and see it. Batuk for three. Oh, went front back of the rim and stayed out. Now Aluthin with about a 14 and a half second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Zaragoza. I would be tempted to give it to Seeley or Brasino, but Aluthin also has hit some shots tonight. Looks like he's going to be the man. He puts it up from deep, off the back of the iron, the box out, and then a foul on Seeley. What in the world? What a crucial play. You fouled Jordan Theodore there. Look at this. Why? Oh my goodness. Tell you what, we've seen bad DJ Seeley. We've seen out of this world DJ Seeley, and there we see bad DJ Seeley again. Theodore, if he makes both, the Besiktas have the lead. Zaragoza called a timeout. Can you believe it? Jordan Theodore. Well, he's got to put it behind him. 72-71. And, oh, he misses two in a row. But then the put back. Unbelievable. I think it was McAdoo who tapped it in. Yes, it was. Just how Theodore drew it up. He's like, I'm going to miss both of them. And you just tap it in. I doubt that was the case. But boy, of all the plays that McAdoo has made tonight, that was the biggest. And now Zaragoza call a timeout. Just try to listen. Just when it seemed like Theodore had cost his team a chance to take the lead, McAdoo stayed aggressive on the glass. Zaragoza not able to box him out. And as I said earlier, he won the NBA title. I don't think he played that much with Golden State, but he was on those teams. Won a couple of NBA crowns with them. Now here he is in Europe and showing what he's all about. He's been good tonight, folks. 18 points, 12 rebounds for James McAdoo. Second consecutive double-double to start the season. So they advance the ball. Alatin is going to inbound it. Now he gets it back. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Sealy just looks for space, puts up a tough three. Oh, he's fouled again! It is unreal. Batuk has fouled Sealy. And not for the first time from behind the arc. That's 3 free throws coming for Sealy. And Besiktas could end up checking into the Heartbreak Hotel tonight. It's such a tough play defensively, isn't it? You've got to get a hand in the face, but you have to know, you can't get that close. And Sealy knows exactly what he's doing. Well, if he makes 2, you figure it's going to be their win. He makes the first. Now he's got 2 to make 1. I think he would like to make this one and then miss the last one. I would not be surprised if he missed this one on purpose. Yep, he missed it on purpose. Oh, and for whatever reason, Fran Vasquez went for the rebound and risked committing a foul. That was not very bright by Fran Vasquez, but nevertheless, they escape. And now Ivanovic is going to vent. You know, I guess it's his right to have that foul called, attempting a three-pointer. The place turned silent, and Horazov hears it from Besiktas, who say, how can you call a foul in that situation? But you know what? He's got to call what he sees. Casademont Zaragoza win it 74-73. Besiktas, their first win in the Basketball Champions League. It's game on once again. Well, a great night of basketball. If you are a Casademont Zaragoza fan, a heartbreaking, frustrating night for Besiktas. You were just seconds away, less than a second away from getting a hard-earned second victory of the season. But poor Batuk, who had some great moments tonight, but his defense on the perimeter, I'm sure that he and the team will go back and look at those plays and know that, you know, those fouls shooting, you know, on Sealy while he was attempting the three-pointer, they were brutal. I mean, they're always going to be brutal if they're called because of what it means. But again, if you're giving the referee that chance to make that call, if you make the contact, and I have to applaud Harzov for being brave enough to make the call. 20 of 40 inside the arc for Zaragoza, 7 of 21 from deep, 13 of 18 at the line. Both teams started missing a few free throws late. Besiktas 8 of 26 from deep and 18 of 44 inside the arc. It was close. Just looking at those stats, I mean, couldn't have been any closer, really. .41 apiece, rebounded, got 17 assists. Okay, Besiktas had 9 steals to 5 for Zaragoza. And McAdoo and McKissick each with 18 points in defeat. Gotcher with 9. Sealy, well, we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly from him, but more good. 16 points. Radovic, all 14 points coming in the first half for him. Brusino, 10 of his 13 in the first half as well.
Well, the Basketball Champions League never fails to disappoint, does it? I mean, you just get these games that are white knuckle time. I mean, it's just, I was preparing for overtime, if I'm honest. I was thinking, okay, we're going to have an overtime game here. But as it is, Casademont Zaragoza get that first win to go to 1-1, leave both teams, in fact, with 1-1 records in Group D here at the start. So you look back at some of the highlights. And while we do, I'll just run through some of the stats that really jump out to me. DJ Seeley was 3 of 6 from three-point range, and he was 5 of 8 from the line. And he had 16 points, but he did have 5 turnovers to go with his 5 assists. He was plus 10 efficiency. So it kind of illustrates the struggles that he had. 18 for Brasino, 18 efficiency for Brasino, 6 rebounds to go with his 13 points. Radovic, 14 points, 6 rebounds. And Aluthin made some big plays, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, but he did have 5 turnovers as well. And Barreto, don't forget that big 3 that he hit when Zaragoza was really struggling there midway through the second half. Hustieth will have to wait and see what the issue is with him. And interesting that Rodrigo San Miguel not getting many minutes, certainly not like he did in recent seasons at Iberostar Tenerife or before that with Valencia Basket. So that's one to watch. For Besiktas, the 18 each for McAdoo and McKissick. It's a tough old loss for McAdoo. Had 18 points and 12 rebounds, a steal and a block. He was plus 28 efficiency tonight. 8 of 12 from the floor. And McKissick, 9 of 11 at the free throw line, 18 points and 6 rebounds. But, you know, perhaps a lack of production. They needed maybe a little bit more from Gotcher. He did have 3 threes, 9 points, all of those coming in the first half. And Akpinar and All each with 2 points. So perhaps not a great night for Jordan Theodore, who was 2 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 6. He missed the free throws late, but was bailed out by McAdoo. And there you see Seeley winning the game at the end for this Zaragoza team, who improved to 1-1. So that's it, folks, from Istanbul. One last time, Casademont Zaragoza win it 74-73 over Besiktas. And you look at the stats, Zaragoza go to 1-1, as do Besiktas. Thanks for watching. Plenty more action coming your way here in the Basketball Champions League.